Russ, is it difficult to prepare for a guy like Scoot, given that you haven't really seen too much of him on the NBA level?
No. Honestly, for me, I treat everybody the same. I really focus on myself going into games and figuring out what I can do to make my team better. To be honest, and that's it. Regardless if it's Scoop or somebody else, So
You've had nearly a month here of training camp and preseason games. What has that given you? What does that allow you to be able to do with this team that you couldn't do when you first got here?
It's great rhythm, consistency. Create a mindset going into the season. Allow me to kind of do that from the summer leading into now. Making sure we are locked in. We got one common goal, and then we all on the same accord. And understanding that throughout the year will be ups and downs, early, late, middle. It's going to happen. Just making sure that we have a great foundation, because I think that's the most important part about having kind of a fresh start. And then when things go wrong, you never waver because your foundation is great. And I think we created that going into the season.
Russ, Terrence said that you and him have talked a lot about the connection that you guys have and how you guys kind of have skill sets that complement one another. What have you seen now with him being in the starting lineup? Do you feel you guys can complement each other?
A lot of ways, man. I've always big fan of Terrence and just his ability to be able to do a lot of different things on the floor. So I challenge him with that daily. Just being better, being aggressive, and in the lineup. Just my job is just make it easy for him. Make sure that he doesn't have to work too hard. There's a lot of different ways where you can impact one and impact the game, which we talked about, that don't show up in the stat sheet, which I pride myself on. I know he's more than capable of doing the same thing, but even better.
You mentioned on media day establishing a mindset that you mentioned as being one of the primary focuses you had. A lot of players have talked about you being one of the people who've shaped that, but besides yourself, are there other instances, events, people you've seen help establish that in the preseason?
I mean, I just think that obviously IMP, just making sure that, like I said, everybody leads differently. Everybody leads in different ways. Obviously, Ty, making sure how he leads is differently. I just making sure we all lead in the same message, and the message, with our group, make sure we all understand how we want to go into this year. And I think everybody's been doing a great job of that, from top to bottom. So,
when you're off the floor, what are your priorities as far as helping keep the team organized? What are some of the things that you point out to make sure that the team is playing the way we need to play?
Honestly, when I'm off the court, I think the biggest thing to me is just leadership, which I learned. So I don't really talk about basketball much, honestly. You get a chance to, we all around each other, damn near more than our whole families, and then having conversations that don't actually talk about basketball, to me creates a better connection. You give yourself a chance to understand like somebody's personal life, what they're going through, their kids, their family, what they like, what they don't like. To me, that's more important. Just understanding people and not just talking about basketball. We talk about that shit every day. So off the court, I like to not talk about basketball as much unless we're discussing film or some sort. But 9 times out of 10, I don't talk about it, to be honest.
Was that something that you always feel like you have, or is that something that you kind of grew to appreciate at a certain point?
I've kind of always said, I think it's a part of leadership. Like that's the way I like to lead, and I like to be more personable with people and understand them as people, because ultimately that's what matters. Throughout this league, I've had a lot of teammates and a lot of basketball players come in and out of this league, but as people and brothers and friends, you create that by learning about them, learning about their do's, their don'ts, their journey. Like I don't know everybody's journey, how they got to this point, like what they want in their life, their career. To me, that's most important, and I try to get that out of guys throughout the season, especially when I was new to the team and into this team.
Has any players ever been surprised by seeing that side of you?
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but you know, it's a blessing to be able to just, when people see me and understand that I'm not what, I don't know, I don't even know where the narrative came from, because, or I don't want to point to you guys, but that wouldn't be fair. At least I hope not. The media has a self-portrayed, you know, myself as somebody that, I don't know.
Kind of a mean guy.
Yeah, I don't know, but like as a person, to me, I want to make sure that I'm personal to people and just being myself, and I've done that. Now on the court, yes, I'm not nice. I don't want to be nice. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to hang out. I don't want to talk. So if that to people feels as though like I'm a mean guy, I take that. But off the floor, I got no problem doing anything you want to do. I'll go do whatever. But so it is a surprise for some people, which is fine, and I'm used to it by now.
Russ, from the moment you got here last year to the end of the playoffs, even Ty Lue and the Clippers were all saying like how much you exceeded their expectations, and I think you clearly exceeded expectations for the outside people.
Yeah.
Now that you have a full season, do you feel like you're gonna remind people like getting back to maybe where it was before, prior to even your last team? Does that make sense?
Yeah. You know, I think it's always an interesting question for me, because I always tell people like everybody has their own like representation of like what is me getting back to me. Like, and for me, like I'm the only one that can set that table, in my opinion. Like nobody else outside of myself can tell me get back to yourself. Like get back to myself would be averaging 21, 11, and 12, which hasn't been done in I don't know, many years. So if somebody tell me, well, you're not like yourself, you ain't average. Well, fuck. Ain't too many people did that, but myself and somebody else, and I'm the only one that did it 4 times. So I personally only the one that made that expectation. And coming into the season, I know where I want to be. I know what I want to do, and if I exceed those, then cool. If I don't, then I know I got some work to do. But I'm the only one that can set that bar.
So like the bar would be Washington, like back like that.
The bar, 30-11. That's the bar.
Yeah.
When I won MVP, that's the bar. But honestly, even then, you know, I didn't even know I could do that. You know what I mean? To be honest, like I just was playing, and you know, I'm blessed and thankful that happened, and God's willing, I was able to do that. And then once it happened once, I was like, okay, well, let's do it again. So I did it the next year. You know, I was like, oh, okay, well, let's try it again. So I did it again. You know what I'm saying? So like, for me, I just play and try to play the right way. Yes, it hasn't resulted in rings. It hasn't resulted in things that people feel that's important. But as a basketball player, and things that you strive to do, I just strive to be the best I can be. Lay it all on the line. If everything aligned, I have an opportunity to be able to win a championship, then cool. If I don't, then that's cool too. As long as I lay it on the line and exceed my own personal expectations, I'm okay.
You're 2 triple doubles away from 200. Like, at this point in your career, is that a significant number to you? Like,
honestly, I didn't even. I'm not. You know, I wasn't aware of like the numbers and stuff. Sometimes it kind of finds me, but I think it's you know, to me, I'm very thankful and blessed to be able to play this long and have an opportunity to be able to achieve something like that. And I'm grateful for, you know, the ones before me that kind of set the table and have, you know, kind of allowed me to be able to have this opportunity to be able to do something like this. So I'm grateful, and if I'm able to do something like that, that'd be pretty cool in my opinion.
Russ, you mentioned like, you know, the conversations that you have with guys off the court and stuff. Being able to have those conversations, does it allow you to bring like a greater joy for the game out of not only just yourself but the collective as a whole? Like when you do get on the court.
Yeah, man. For me, like I genuinely enjoy seeing other people do better. Like that's like really who I am, and I like this. So like being able to see a guy like Terrence, or whether it's PY, like if I'm able to talk to them off the floor and I'm able to understand like their struggle, understand like what they've been through, I take myself out of the equation. So when I'm playing the game, I'm able to be like, you know what, let me make sure I can make the game as easy as possible. I take all the bullets for anybody. I take all the heat. I don't really give a damn, because I know what's important to my teammate, and to me that's the most important part, and it allows me to be able to learn more about them, and I think you know, guys appreciate that more. Just coming out and just playing basketball, that's cool, but you're able to create a brotherhood and a friendship, which is the most important to me.
So you'd say you operate more as like a shield for everyone.
You know, I I don't know if that's the word, but if that's the case, I will do so. You know, I will cover and make sure that I take all the heat before I pass anybody else. I will never point a finger at anybody about anything because I will own things, even if it's not my fault. I'm okay with it. I feel like God blessed me with always I laugh and I say this at the house, but with the ability not to care what other people think or what they feel about me, because I'm very strong-willed and I feel very confident in myself and my abilities to be able to help and to look out and help a lot of people. Sometimes I get overwhelmed because I feel like I help so many people, but I'm okay with that because I feel like this platform was given to me to help other people. It wasn't given to me for myself. It was given to be able to help people across the world, help my teammates, impact people and inspire people daily, and I try to do that in my daily life.
Thank you. Thanks, Russ.
Let's get ready for Hoop Jab.